Hi everybody. So I want to jump right on into what we were working with today and what we're continuing to run through your systems and all the Money Reiki Theta that we're running through your system. So many things came up. In this video, I really want to focus in on life force, because life force is the source. Life force is your source of all of your prosperity, of all of your abundance. It's all the same thing. Life force, source, prosperity, abundance, cash flow, financial freedom, liberation, life force, infinite source. It's all the same thing. Love, it's all the same thing. Okay. So you want to understand your source of your abundance more. Let's understand more of what life force is. So remember, life force is the source and the flow of energy, the life that is within you, that is within me, that is within all of us. Okay? What is life force? Life force is life. Life force is infinite energy. Life force is infinite creativity. Life force is infinite space. Life force is movement. And remember this is really, really important, because life force is all about movement, all about growth, expansion, and movement. If you were feeling stifled or living in fear, holding on tightly within yourself, within your life, your relationships, your friendships, your work, your job, your cash flow, all of that, that is fear. Okay? That is the opposite of allowing your life force to be exactly what it is, which is life. Life force moves, it grows, it expands, even in the face of fear, right? Even in the face of fear, it doesn't matter. It still is all about the growth and the movement and the expansion. Life force that's within you, within me, that's within all of us, we are all interconnected, right? It is this gorgeous web of intelligent design, just like nature, because we're all nature. So just like when you look at a beautiful spun spider web that is just perfectly, divinely interconnected, that is the same thing as your life force and my life force and all of our life force here on this planet. We are all interconnected, we are all one. And all of our life forces and our soul purposes, they line up and they're all interconnected. Now, let's bring it back to you as an individual and your life force within you and your lives. Everything in your life is interconnected. Everything you've ever experienced, every relationship, absolutely everything. Nothing is random. Just remember that. Nothing is random. Everything is constantly in cycles, making cycles. There's connections, right? And even if it seems like, oh my God, that was a random thing that happened, or I did this random thing for a while for work, and now I'm doing something totally different. If you really look at it and you step back, and maybe you'll be able to see it more later on as your life goes on, to be able to look at it from more of a bird's eye view, you will see everything always connected, and everything has always been in the making. There is no such thing as a random experience, even if it seems that way or it feels that way. Okay, just remember that everything is interconnected. Okay, all of life is interconnected. All of nature is interconnected. It just is. Thank God, right? And that is life force. So there's a few things that there are many things. One that we worked a lot with today was around this deepening your relationship with yourself and your relationship with trust within yourself. Deepening that connection, allowing for you to just open up even further within your own self in your life, to feeling more trust within yourself, trust in your choices, and trust within the universe that is you, the life force that is you, and trust just in the universe in general, right? And the way that things like unfold and life just moves and flows, okay? Deepening that trust. We went on in, we updated everybody's actual bodies and skin. We went into your blood, into your veins, into your bones, into all parts of you, into all of your cells, and gave it all this beautiful green revitalizing boost of chlorophyll in the highest and best ways for each of you. Then we went into your skins, and we literally went in and updated your skin and all of your auric fields to the frequency that matches the frequency of Earth's sustainability. Okay, so allowing for the frequency of the Earth's sustainability to match now the frequency of your actual skin, your cells, and your auric field. That automatically boosts you and your body, your physical body, into this experience of approaching life from a space of Earth sustainability, okay? We then called in Ganesh. Ganesh is the remover of all obstacles, one of my favorites. And so removing all obstacles from within you, and then all obstacles on your life path as well. Okay, few things that came through very clearly for you to work with. Getting back to this, that everything is interconnected, that all of life force, everything's interconnected. We are nature, okay? What I want to remind each of you is that this is really, really important. This is big stuff, okay? In nature is not always in just constant bloom. It's not always in this constant opening, okay? We're nature, remember that, okay? So there's this blooming, and there's an expansion, and then there may be a wilting, and then there may be a dying, and then a rebirth, and then growing and rising again. Or there may be that flowers are in bloom, and then they close, right? And they go inward, and they're still in their inward, and then they bloom again and outward, and their petals are outward again, right? And if you look at all of nature, that is the flow of nature, right? So that's the same thing as us, because we're nature, right? So it is not nature. It is not natural for us to always be in constant motion of expansion. What ends up happening is when we go into the natural rhythm where we actually feel it within ourselves, our energy levels, or our lives, it kind of feels like maybe we're in a more of like a lull, or things are more like silent and still, or maybe cash flow isn't just like coming in so quickly, or clients, or products, or whatever it is, you know, that you're doing, right? That if it's more in a silent lull stage, or you know, a still, you know, quiet, you want to honor that. You want to recognize that that is nature, okay? What ends up happening that I'm noticing is your mind goes and kicks in to then start making up a whole bunch of story, judgment, and assumption around that lull, around that silence, around that respite, right? And starts making up a bunch of stories, a bunch of judgments like, oh my God, here we go again. Oh my God, see, I was doing so well, and I was like generating a whole lot, and now I'm like, you know, going backwards again. Or, oh my God, I'm gonna just lose everything. Okay, or, you know, whatever it may be, or, oh my God, here we go again, you know, that whole thing. And like, there's a bunch of judgments and stories around it, right? Or, oh, I had so much energy, and now I don't have a whole lot of energy right now. And then, but the judgments and the judgments about the so-called, the lull, the silence, the stillness, is what then results in you maybe feeling more fear and resistance, and then spiraling down deeper into fear mode over your prosperity, over your abundance, over your life, of what you're generating in your life. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we are bringing your attention and your awareness to this, to just notice that if you start to go there and you start to bring your mind and your ego on board, making up a whole bunch of judgment about your silence, which is natural, it's nature to go into silence. We want you to just become aware of it, that, oh, there it is, there's the mind, there's the ego making up judgment, and that's what actually creates the suffering than the actual silence itself, right? I want also remember that silence and stillness, many times silence and stillness is more important than the actual like action. Okay, it's just as important. Sometimes it's more important. Okay, so you want to honor your natural rhythm, the natural ebb and flow of nature, which is you. And then if we look at the moon, because the moon is constantly waxing and waning, right? It's just never just like constant. Nothing is ever just constant, right? Just brighter and brighter and brighter. I mean, there's just this natural flow. We want you to honor it, okay? And not make up story about it. Intervene when you are making up story, and then instead of making up the story, intervene with the celebration, the acknowledgement of, oh, this is my time for more stillness. This is the time to just kind of reboot. This is the time where I'm just more quiet, maybe more inward, maybe more reflective, maybe integrating all the growth and expansion that came before, all the generating of clients or income or whatever it may be, product, whatever it may be, right? And this is my time to be within before the next one and the next growth of expansion arises, okay? So this is your homework, is just start noticing that. I want to hear from you how you're doing with it and what comes up for you around that. Next piece of homework is, or the next practice, is to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with very high vibe conversations when it comes to money. When it comes to money, do not be having conversations with other people who are living in fear of money, other people who don't like money, other people who are cursing money, other people who, just feel like, engaging in those kinds of conversations, right? That is so important, that you are engaging in conversations around money that are of high vibe nature. Because if you're engaging with someone else who's like, money fucking sucks, why do we even need to have money here? Oh my God, I'm so scared of all this money and my bills and I'm never gonna be able to pull myself out of it, right? If you're engaging in those conversations, that is a sure way for you to just keep kind of like spiraling down into your own fears around money. And what you're doing right now is we're healing your money experience and we're upping it, and we need this constant consistency every single day of upping your vibration and you living that vibration into your cells, your cellular memory, into your reality and into your lives, okay? The other thing is we have this gorgeous Facebook group here. So all of you that are in this grid, please utilize it. I love how everyone's been utilizing it. Please utilize it more. Share in your celebrations, you're uncovering your developments. If you're feeling like you need extra boosts, right? If you're feeling like you're in that fear mode, or you're like, I need some elevation, reach out to everybody. Reach out, just make a post, a high vibe post, a conscious post of just asking for some support, asking for someone to maybe offer a high vibe video or words or whatever it may be, right? That is going to help. We're utilizing the power of this group of all of us like-mindedness together, right? To help elevate you out into your lives, into this whole 5DR reality, into this whole financial freedom, right? So please utilize this group, ask for support. Most likely, if you, as soon as you post something and you're asking for support, at least one person or more, they're gonna show up. They're in like the place of expansion and flow that they're gonna be wanting to share with you. Hey, yeah, you got this, offering some high vibe information for you. And you just feeling like you're supported and you're not alone in it, that goes a long way in just helping to elevate you out of it. Okay, so everyone, I love you so much. The energy deeply moving through your veins, through your blood, lines and meridians, your grid lines, all of it. We're balancing your chakras, all of it. So keep posting on the Facebook group page, drink extra water. The energy is still going to be moving through you all throughout the next several days into next week and beyond. And please continue to share this with anybody else who's like-minded, who wants to be a part, who's a great fit for our Money Reiki Theta grid right here of Sacred Soul Wealth. All right, I love each of you. All right, bye for now.